Hello and welcome to the Despine Pen. Let's discuss Hamlet by William Shakespeare. In Shakespeare's tragedy Hamlet, several key characters drive the plot and explore complex themes. Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, seeks revenge for his father's murder, while Claudius, Hamlet's uncle and the new king, plays antagonist. Gertrude, Hamlet's mother and Claudius' wife, Ophelia, Hamlet's love interest, plays significant role. Polonius, the Lord Chamberlain, and his children, Laertes and Ophelia, contribute to the tragic events. Characters in Hamlet. Hamlet, the protagonist, Prince of Denmark, haunted by the ghost of his father and the subsequent events leading to his own demise. Claudius, the King of Denmark and Hamlet's uncle, the murderer of Hamlet's father and the play's antagonist. Gertrude, Hamlet's mother and Queen of Denmark, who remarries Claudius shortly after her husband's death. Ophelia, Hamlet's love interest and the daughter of Polonius, whose madness and death are a result of the tragedy unfolding around her. Polonius, the Lord Chamberlain and advisor to Claudius, and the father of Ophelia and Laertes, whose death at the hand of Hamlet is another turning point in the play. Laertes, Polonius' son, and the Ophelia's brother, who seeks revenge for his father's death, leading to a duel with Hamlet. Horatio, Hamlet's close friend and confidant who witnesses the events and is tasked with recounting the story after Hamlet's death. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, childhood friends of Hamlet, summoned to Elsinore by Claudius to spy on Hamlet. Fortinbras, the Prince of Norway, who seeks revenge for his father's death at the hands of the former King of Denmark. The ghost of Hamlet's father appears to Hamlet, revealing the truth about his death and urging him to seek revenge. Act 1, Scene 1. On a dark winter night outside Elsinore Castle in Denmark, an officer named Bernardo comes to help the watchman Francisco. In the heavy darkness, the men cannot see each other. Bernardo hears a footstep near him and cries, "Who is there?" After both men make sure that the other is also a watchman, Francisco thanks Bernardo and prepares to go home and go to bed shortly thereafter. Bernardo is joined by Marcellus, another watchman, and Horatio, a friend of Prince Hamlet. Bernardo and Marcellus have pushed Horatio to guard with them because they believe that they have something shocking to show him. They discuss the spirit they have seen for the past 2 nights, the ghost of the former king Hamlet, which they allege has appeared before them on the castle ramparts in the late hours of the night. The ghost suddenly appears in front of Horatio and vanishes. Terrified Horatio accepts that the spirit does absolutely similar to that the dead king of Denmark, that it even wears the armor King Hamlet wore when he battled against the armies of Norway, and the same crown he wore when he fought against the Poles. Horatio declares that the ghost must bring warning of coming misfortune for Denmark. The ghost appears for a second time when Horatio tries to speak to it. The ghost remains silent and disappears. Horatio implies that they tell Prince Hamlet, the dead king's son, though the ghost will not refuse to speak to his beloved son. Act 1, Scene 2. The morning after Horatio and the guardsmen see the ghost, King Claudius gives a speech to his courtiers, explaining his marriage to Gertrude, his brother's widow and the mother of Prince Hamlet. Claudius delivers a long monologue in which he laments the death of his brother, King Hamlet, and he states that it is a time to move on and focus on the future. He, he determined to keep Denmark strong. Claudius further points out that young Frontibras has returned to him, demanding the surrender of the lands King Hamlet won from Frontibras' other, and sent Cornelius and Volgemont with a message for the King of Norway, Frontibras' elderly uncle. After his speech concludes, Claudius turns to Laertes, the son of the Lord Chamberlain, Polonius. Laertes reveals his wish to return to Denmark for Claudius' coronation. Turning to Prince Hamlet, Claudius asks why the clouds still hang upon him, as Hamlet is still wearing black mourning clothes. Gertrude urges him to discard his clothes, but he replies painfully that his grief is so great that his grim appearance is nothing but a poor mirror of it. Claudius then declares that all fathers die and all sons must lose their fathers. He further states that mourning for too long is inappropriate and think him as his father, reminding the Prince Hamlet to wait to succeed to the throne upon Claudius' death. Claudius then says that he does not wish for Hamlet to return to school at Wittenberg, where he had been studying before his father's death, though Gertrude wished for Hamlet to remain close to her. Alone, Hamlet then exclaims that he wishes he could die. He wishes that God had not made suicide a sin. He grieves his father's death and his mother's quick marriage to his uncle Claudius. He remembers how deeply in love his parents appeared, and now he curses that thought. Not yet 2 months after his father's death, his mother has married to his uncle. Hamlet feels anguish. Hamlet quite suddenly as Horatio enters into his room, followed by Marcellus and Bernardo. Horatio was a close friend of Hamlet at the university in Wittenberg. Hamlet feels happy to see him, and Horatio says that he came to see King Hamlet's funeral. Though Hamlet rudely replies he came to see his mother's wedding. Horatio then tells Hamlet that he, Marcellus, and Bernardo have seen what appears to be his father's ghost. Amazed, Hamlet agrees to keep watch with them that night, in the hope that he will be able to speak to his father's spirit.